Alright, here we go. Episode 1 of our Frozen Horror Hero Quest series. Couldn't get enough Hero Quest. Back at it with the Frozen Horror. First off, I always want to say thank you to my YouTube members. You guys are awesome. Your contributions do help tremendously with supporting this channel. So thank you so much again for it. You are absolutely awesome. And I'm also going to make it so you guys get to watch the videos first if I can figure it out. So that'll be a nice little perk for the members. If this is your first time at the channel, or if you're returning, hit that subscribe button. You got nothing to lose. Besides, we're going to be doing all of the Frozen Horror miniatures. Plus, we have Oathsworn coming up and some other games. So, let's go. First thing you're going to do is scrape off all those nasty mold lines. There's just one on the bottom that I could find on my specific miniature. Next, which I didn't do on camera because I forgot to film it, was put some basing paste down. Just a little bit of rocky paste just to kind of give it some depth a little bit. Then we're going to prime it in black. I'm using an airbrush, but you can use spray paint, whatever you're using. It doesn't really matter. And then we're going to follow that up with some white zenithal highlighting. Again, I'm using my airbrush, but you can use spray paint. It doesn't really matter. I'm just making it so there's a tone between light versus dark in the recesses. We're going to do this thing in one foul swoop. Now what we're going to do first is paint all of our face and our fur in Mechanicus Standard Gray. This is going to give us the base that we are working with, the base color of gray that's going to stick out that you're going to be able to see as well, so it's going to make it look really nice. The next color we're going to use is Gray Sear. Now we're going to kind of use this as kind of a dry brush technique, meaning we're just going to get this all over the fur. We're not going to get in every crevice and recess. You want some of that gray to stick out, so you're really just painting over it. All that fur area, the face, the arms, you can do the hands, but you don't really need to do that because we're going to be using some other colors here in a little bit. But if you leave some gray underneath, that's exactly what we want. Next, we are going to take a dry brush of Adminastratum Grey, and we are going to hit the entire miniature up. Now, it doesn't matter where you get it on this miniature, as long as you get it on there. We're focusing on the fur, obviously. Next, we're going to take some Praxeti White, and we are going to hit this all up again, all over the fur. This is going to make it stand out really bright, and that's exactly what we want. We also want to get that focal point on the face. This is what's going to create that nice Yeti look right before we do the wash here in a second. We're now going to make our color for our wash. We're going to do 2 parts Lamia medium, 1 part of Nolan oil. Now if you want to make this darker, you can go to the reverse, however you want to do it. We're going to put this basically all over our fur area. You can get wherever you want. Just try not to get on the base, the one that we created earlier. And we are just going to put that on there. Now once completely dry, we're going to use some Praxeti White, and we're going to really buff this up a little bit. Now you want this paint on your dry brush completely off. You want it all off, and what you're wanting to do is just really lightly brush it up and down, side to side on your miniature, and it'll create that nice looking tone variation. Next, we're going to create our wash for our hands and toesies. And we're going to take some of that contrast medium, and we're going to mix it with some Basilicanum Grey. Now taking this specific wash, we're going to do the hands, the horns, and the claws on the feet as well. Now you want to get this all over the paws, front and back, the toesies, and the horns as well. You might need a couple layers depending on how dark you want to make it, but that white makes it stick out and look really nice. It gives you that natural highlight. For the inside of our mouth, we're going to do a little bit of a screamer pink look for that tongue. And for our teeth, we're going to use a little bit of Morghast Bone. Once you're satisfied with your two colors, take some Agrax Earthshade and put it in that mouth. And while that is drying, take some 1000 Suns blue, and we're going to use this blue in the little eyesies. Just those tiny little pupils that you can see probably from the dry brush. That's all we're going to do it in. Next, take some Ahriman Blue, or if you don't have this specific color, something similar to this. A light blue, like a deep light blue, that you can make it look stand out just a little bit more. For our final highlight, we're going to mix that Ahriman Blue and some white, a 50-50 mix, and all we're doing is making that just bright. Almost looks like it's glowing, and that's the look we're going for with our Yeti eyes. Now that your mouth should be dry, take some Screaming Skull and put it on the tips of your teeth to make them look white and yellow. Next, we're going to take our Contrast Medium and Cygor Brown, or the contrast color, and we're going to make the base. We're going to want that white to kind of stick through, so do 2-to-1 ratio on that. Once you've got your color mixed in how you like it, go ahead and put that on the base. Once your base is completely dry, I'm going to use some Valhallan Blizzard, which is a technical paint from Citadel, and I'm going to put that on there, and that's going to create that snow effect very nice and easily for our miniature. And finally, for the rim of the base, I'm painting mine in black using Abaddon Black. And this is your favorite part of painting the miniature, because that means we're done. That was super simple. Now that wasn't hard at all, and it looks fantastic. That really came out really nice, and it came together rather quickly, and it didn't take a lot of time, and that's what we're aiming for here at Nerd Nights. Looks fantastic. I'm really proud of you, and I know they're awesome because I see your guys' pictures you send me all the time on Instagram at nerd.nights. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all my YouTube members. You guys are amazing. Thank you to all my subscribers. You guys are awesome. If you ever need anything, you know where to contact me on the Instagram or on here. So thank you so much, and until episode 2, paint on.